Alright, so welcome back to another edition of Crow's Castle. I had to cut the last video kind of short because I was trying to check the messages and as well as talk to people that were talking in my audio stream live as I'm streaming this from Discord. You can kind of see that at the bottom of the screen. But trying to make some changes. You know, in the last video I had made it too dark, so I decided to change it back. So, I mean, with little minor adjustments, it might give it a different feel if I decided to do like this with the cube and then light up the path a little bit so the player can figure out what way to go. But I also want to make it lit enough where they can, you know, see, kind of. Because like here you can kind of see there's the shadowy thing over here where you can't see in this corner. But anyhow though, yeah, I'm gonna have to make some changes as I go along, but stuff like this would probably be beneficial though for you know, if I wanted to give it a more scary look as well. So I was playing with it a minute ago to see, because it'd be interesting. Here, let me Control Z that real quick. Like, to give you an example, this, if I had the point light right there, then it wouldn't, you know, like, you wouldn't be able to tell anything about it because it would just stay put, just like these lights here in this hallway. They don't move, they just sit still, right? But here you can kind of see the lighting gives a shadow a little bit, and as well then the shadow on the door, you know, when the door closes, things like that. But in this one specifically, which is why I like this one, you can kind of see that the shadow continues to move and things like that based off of the light, the emissive light that's given there. But this light I'm not sure about. Maybe it'd have to do some coding for that, for it to work, for that light. But what I'm gonna do is I've made a lot of red rooms. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to make these changes here. Other than just the lighting changes. And I'm going to delete this red room. And we can adjust the roof accordingly once we get done here. As these are already good to go, so all I got to do is just move them over. There you go, like so. And now it's just big room with nothing else there. Oops. And I've been thinking about this one for a while because, you know, like having too many of the same thing is not necessarily a good thing, right? So by taking this out, it might be beneficial. Because it gives another, you know, clearer cut. What to do, and things like that. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, that kind of goes through on the other side of the wall though. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Alright. Close this up. Go over here and close this up. And then it's just one big boogie. Alright. See how much that changes the dynamic of that room. I like how this one's set up. You know, again, I might change it. There could be something in the corner over here that you can miss. That, you know, I think I might put a key over here. It's a big open room, but there will be a couple enemies in here. And the cyan ink thing, I can move to another room. Because even without having these red rooms in every room, you can still do quite a bit with that. So have that red room stay there, and then this red room that's over here, just delete it. Yeah. So you want to get a little bit further into the level. And then we can put that, if that treasure chest isn't already put over in the next red room, we can put it over there. Okay. Alright, and then so here's this here. I think you see it still works fine, you know. Just changing up the look a little bit because I'm making it more okay, first let's drag this, put it over the other room over here. Nope, not there. Put it over here. Yep, this red room. And which way? That way, or... Dang it, I can't see it from that side. That way. Nope. Okay, so we're gonna put it this way. Let me twist it around in front of the light and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, okay, it's definitely gotta be this way. Okay. So put this here, and that we can interact with this now. There's the interact thing with it. I'm clicking on it. How come I'm not interacting with it? Oh, because I chose the wrong thing. Click on something, but not interact. Alright, so now you could put this against the wall. Make sure it's not too deep into the wall. Come into the room, and there's a treasure chest there. Okay. Let's see how much this changed it now. These 6 rooms are going to stay the same because I'm not going to do much changing with those. I've still got to put the roof back in, obviously. Well, let me go ahead and do that. Just totally forgot about that and just left it. Okay, Shift G undoes that, and then you can do Control G to lock it. Once you click on more than one, Shift G to unlock it. All right, Alt and then click and drag. Alt and click and drag. This is how you do that here. All right. And then once you do Control click on all the things that you want to do, Alt and drag again. There you go. Alright, so now let's try this again. Alright, so now as you can see, there's a little bit of shadow in the corners. I mean, I can do a little bit with this, but it's not as shadowy as this one, but definitely leaves room for combat. Then you can come back over here and pick up there. And then if you want more health or treasure stuff, you can come back to the beginning parts of the level to get some more, because there's going to be a lot and people are going to be like, why, right? So think I might also move this or just delete it altogether. This might just be a combat room. I might put a key in there. So I had too many red rooms. Some of the red rooms had to go. So I had them at first because I was like, oh, that's a nice idea. But then it was just too much having so many of them. So some of them needed to go. Okay. And then there's my treasure chest. I'm going to do my interact, right? There will be an interact button, I press E to interact. Like this button up here. This one. Come here, the timer's done. The E I'm thinking about taking out now, but the press E to interact, I'll leave that there, so that way you can see, and then it'll open that door. So I mean, the only other thing that I can think of is if I'm gonna use less doors here and then put them back over, but it seems like I'm smashing them in there if I do that. So, and as you can see now, you can jump throughout the level. There isn't any enemies yet. It's just a walkthrough level at the moment, and the doors are a little bit off, as I mentioned in the last video. But this decal was made by Scion the Head. He's part of my Discord server, and he's also a game design student. These lights that you saw in the last video, I went ahead and deleted those, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, because of how it looked. I mean, I definitely got to see about changing it. And then this door is closed again, so that button interact at the beginning of the level. These other doors are just open automatically, unless, of course, at the point where I get the coding with the keys working, then at that point we can get it together. Press E to... Oh. Okay. I don't know why it just instantly closed like that. There's some kind of hiccup. But once you do that, people were saying maybe move that button a little bit closer, so in that way it's not as far to walk to. As you can see, you can still walk over here before it closes. But so that might be a little suggestion I could throw right here. Move that over here. so that way it's not as hard to get to. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so it's still, I mean, I've kept that there the entire time, but now I can swap it out and put it in a different spot. Bring it back over here. Look, you guys, it's a flying button. No, my God, we have buttons. Anyway. So move this over here now. Put it against this wall. I mean, it's just random, just sitting there like that, you know? And you don't want to sit that far off the wall, so press that to interact. Now that that button's been moved, I might want to throw some treasure chests in here. It's much easier for that player, once they can get it in this room, to reach that door, right? Still going to do the same thing. Either interact. Just, and that countdown will actually start from 30 seconds instead of from the timer that it was at. It'll be much more manageable to get to. And I'm still going to need to change that some too. Dang. Okay. We'll figure that out in a minute. But anyhow, the this room's going to be like a pickup room. We have extra treasures and things like that. And you see you got the camera on the door, right? Maybe I should make a copy of it, so that way whenever they get back there, if they get stuck, then they can get themselves out, right? So let's move this over. And instead of showing the camera again, you know, and having, I mean, maybe this one just shouldn't have a timer attached, but then it would detach it from the other one. So, you know, have to make a whole new button altogether just to open that door. So that's another issue altogether. So for now, it's a placeholder until later I can get another to get me out of this door. Okay. Let's see if it works. I think it'll work for what I need it for. Interacts. Opens the door. Cool. I need to change the glitchiness above that door too, because those boxes are doing something where they're not sitting right. The same with that door. Okay, so and then you see there's a box there, and when the door closes, we can see about getting back out. We can change the coding to see about making it a lesser timer. But alright, the door opened again, and now I can get back out, right? So, cool. Alright. So, you saw that I was on the inside, and then I got myself back out now. Alright, and then I'll have to make another button, end of the level button. That'll take me to my end screen results. Eventually I'll make a button for that. But that is all I got for now. And stay tuned for more edits of levels 2 and 3 later today. See y'all soon.